Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa, and in this video I'm going to go through and close out paycheck number 1 for February 2024. So if you're interested in seeing where my money went and what was left over or what wasn't left over, please stay tuned. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, my name is Melissa, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. On my channel, I am documenting my journey to debt freedom by changing my money mindset, and in turn, this is going to change my relationship with money. So, one way that I've changed things so far is started to use cash a lot. I've already been tracking my transactions, but I'm trying to reel it in and spend the money that I have and stick to my budget instead of spending on credit cards and then waiting to pay for them or being on the credit card float. So, if you are not new to the channel, welcome back. It's lovely to see you guys again. I appreciate everyone that has been coming back and watching and commenting and liking and subscribing. I appreciate you guys. So, I do sound a little bit nasally again because yep, cold and flu season, it's got me again. So I'm sort of like down, not down for the count. I've been trying to come up, not trying to stay down because that's what the body wants and that's what the flu is making you feel like. But, I'm trying to be up and around, trying to be active, trying to stay on top of things. So yeah, I am sick again. So let's go through and I am going to track my transactions in Google Sheets. So this is a spreadsheet that I've created. If you're interested, it's a little bit automatic. Well, actually, I shouldn't say a little bit. It's very automatic because everything that I enter into here on the transaction log, it gets imported into the budget itself. So let's go through and I'm going to make you guys a little bit bigger because when I do watch this back on my phone, it's a little small. I can see it, but it's a little small. So for small screens, it's extra small. For like a computer screen, it's okay, but yeah. So I'll make you guys a little bit bigger. So anyway, let's go through and track the transaction. So when I came in midweek of or midweek of the first paycheck, I stopped here at child support and I was letting you guys know that I was doing very well with um, my cash spending. I was trying to stay so far away from my credit cards, but into the second week, there was some transactions that went in on the card. And wait a minute, before you guys say it, I was able to cover those transactions with money that was in the bank or money that I had to transfer from savings or from my sinking funds. So I am not on the float. All my transactions are covered or paid back. Okay, so let's go through. So on the 8th, I did go in and I have a subscriber. I will drop the name here that keeps telling me to put things into the budget that I have already, I guess, prepay, if that's the word. Like I dropped my check off, but I wasn't putting it in my transaction log because it wasn't submitted to my bank or cleared. But it's kind of true, and the person is kind of right that I should already go in and put it into my budget just so I know that the money is on its way out. Okay, because it's not like I can go back and get the check. So it was cleared. I think it went out sometime around the 15th or the 16th, but I'm not even going to change the date. So for PSEG, which is my electric for 101.77, that cleared. So I sent my daughter some money. She needed some money for snacks and stuff when she went away for her basketball game. She plays basketball. So I sent her $20 and I took that out of the All Things Kids sinking fund. So that was cleared. My Peloton subscription went through for 44. That was cleared. My YNAB subscription went through for 1628. That was cleared. And I'm sorry if I'm sniffling. I'm trying to catch my breath because I'm very stuffy. So I purchased something on Amazon, which is cash binders with envelopes, and bought myself a new purse. So I ended up spending $29.61, and I wanted to be able to separate my sinking funds and my cash that I was spending in my wallet. So I needed a new binder or something to separate the money. So I bought myself a new binder, and between the binder, the new cash envelopes, and the pocketbook that I bought myself, which is a tote bag, I spent $29.61. I only had $25 in my personal fund, so I took $4.61 from the personal fund in the binder, which is my sinking fund, and made up the difference. So I had completely depleted my personal fund, and I was not in the red because I covered it. I roll with the punches like in YNAB. So if you're new to the channel, I do also budget in YNAB. And actually, I go there first before I go to my Google Sheets because YNAB keep my categories up to date and let me know what money I can spend where and what I have left in each category. So, and it's more up to date than my Google Sheets. So Google Sheets is like is like a second, it's like a backup. Okay. Um, So I do have everything here because you're going to see down at the bottom at the end of the paycheck transactions what I did with the money that I took back from my sinking funds to cover. So I made a credit card payment to Apple for $1.56. It wasn't really $1.56. So I have a couple subscriptions that come out of my Apple card or goes against my Apple card that total $62.44. I made a payment of $64, and this is the difference that's left. So my Peloton subscription, my YNAB subscription, and my Google Cloud subscription is what came against that card. And I went ahead and I paid that before. I actually sent the $64 to the card before those transactions or expenses hit the card. So $1.56 is the difference of $62.44 and $64. My Credit Karma automatic withdrawal to the savings is I have changed it up. I'm not putting it to the personal fund anymore. I'm going to put it to the household fund. So this fund is going to be for next winter. I'm going to try to build up the money that I need to pay for heating oil. So I have been sending this Credit Karma automatic savings of $5 that's going over to what is now the household fund. On the 9th, I went to Walgreens and picked up my medication for $35. And I'm not even going to go back and if you've watched any of my videos where I track my transactions in Google Sheets, I'm not even gonna mark. I used to mark in the far in column A over here what card was used. I'm not even doing that. The only time I'll do that is when I don't pay them back right away, just so I know what card it's coming off of. So this purchase to Walgreens was on my Apple card, and I had paid that back not too long after I made the purchase. So I don't need to distinguish which card that came from because that purchase is already covered. So then I went to Gallifresh for groceries for $37.31. I went to Speedway for fuel for $25. The babysitter was paid on the 9th for $220. I went to Speedway Mart and I bought the baby snacks for $3.25. Google Cloud came out for $2.16. And like I said up here, this was paid with my Apple card, but that was already paid back. That was paid way before that came against the card, okay? Credit Karma. So this is another one. So there's two automatic withdrawals that come against my account. but they're both going to the household fund. So this is another $10 automatic, and that's cleared. So Abigail is a miscellaneous expense in our budget, and I haven't gone into this and explained what this is about. I'm not sure if I really want to. This is something that I'm not ready to talk about. So it was for $350, and it was paid from my savings. On the 13th, my Geico insurance for $265.50 went out. On the 13th, I went to McDonald's. I was on the road. I had a doctor's appointment, and I stopped for breakfast for $9.55. Credit card payment to Mattress Firm on the 14th for $67. CVS for household goods for $708. On the 14th, I went to ShopRite for groceries for $240.74. I bought $6.78 in household products. So these two transactions, I had already ran out of money before I went to the store. I got paid on the 15th. So this day I was out, and this was the only day I had to shop. So what I ended up doing was putting it on my Capital One number two card, which is already paid back. I had another subscriber point that out that I should have paid that back, which I did. It's already paid back. So I had to put it on my credit card. I really didn't want to, but I was out of cash, and I knew that the next day I was gonna be able to put it back because I was getting paid, and that was gonna be coming from the second half of my groceries. So for the subscriber that's on top of me and always kind of really coming at me for certain things that I do in YNAB, this transaction is already paid back. Okay. On the 14th, that same day I was out, I got Dunkin' Donuts for $11.33. So, okay, on the 14th, I went to Speedway for gas for $50.03. I really wanted to stop at $50, but it got away to 3 cents because I do use my credit card to buy gas because I use the app Upside, and Upside provides cash back. So, if you haven't heard of Upside, get the app. You can use it to get reward points on gas, on convenience stuff, and it's only designated places, but I do always go to Speedway for gas, and they give you good rewards, cash back, and it's cash that you can build up and then send to your bank account. So if you haven't heard of Upside, I will leave my code in the description box down. Please, you can feel free to use it. You'll get some bonus points from it. I'll get some bonus points from it. And you could save some money on gas. So, like I said, that's Upside. So on the 15th, NF orthodontist came out for my son's braces for 164. So I made a notation here. It's payment number 3 of 15. So I got quite a few payments to go. On the 15th, I took my son to go get his haircut for $35. And this, I'm pretty proud of myself, was a cash transaction because I did get my new wallet in the mail, and I was able to, you know, put everything together. So if you haven't seen, I think I did do a short on this. I think so. So I do have my new cash wallet that I carry around with me everywhere, and I was able to pay this with cash. On the 15th was a day we were out. It was the day I brought my son to the orthodontist. And no, I brought the kids to the dentist. And we went to Popeyes after. I got them food for $20. So that's clear. Then we went to BJ's for some groceries and household products. So there was $21.98 in groceries. And then there was 123.18 in household products. So I needed toilet paper and laundry detergent again. And I don't know how these things go so fast, but they're household consumables. And I have kids, so I'm constantly doing laundry. And when they go to the bathroom by themselves, Lord help me with the amount of toilet paper that they use. So yes, I needed some stuff, some household stuff, and I did go to BJ's for that. So on the 15th, I gave my son $5, and let me whisper because he may still be up. His tooth fell out and the tooth fairy came. So he got $5 for that. And that was paid from the All Things Kids sinking funds. So that's clear. So down here, what I did, I went through and I transferred the money from savings. So whatever was paid back, paid from sinking funds or whatever I pulled out from my savings, I just made a total right here. And it's for 90201. So there was $25. So it was the $20 for my daughter's fund money, the $5 for my son's fund money, 430 and 40 cents was for heating oil, 442 was just a miscellaneous expense that I ended up using that to pay my Capital One number one card, and then $4.61 was for my personal from my personal fund. So that's 90201, and that was cleared. So this red line indicates that this was the end of paycheck number one for February. So we're gonna stop there and we're gonna jump into the budget, okay? So over here, this is paycheck number one, and I'm gonna go through and actually show you guys where I'm at so far in the budget. So you're gonna be seeing my budgeted column here, and you're gonna see my actual column of the budget. Over these two columns over here is is my paychecks. I'm not trying to move it. So these two columns over here is my paychecks. So this is paycheck number one. This is the budgeted column, and column I is the actual column. So like I said, the spreadsheet automatically imports everything that is put into the transaction log over into the paycheck budget, and then the paycheck budget automatically imports into the budget itself. So here we go. I started the month out or in paycheck one with $2,101.25 in rollover money. My paycheck was $2675.91, and this $23.58 was what I was getting paid last year. I'm gonna hope to budget this amount in upcoming months and not go by the actual because I'm trying to aim low. So that you always see this amount here. I had budgeted for hubby to send 1,000, but then I find out he's only doing 800. And then I transferred 90201 from the savings, and that's a total of $6,479.17. So I had made up this budget before I got my bonus money. So this 6,000 that I have budgeted here was what I thought I was going to get from the bonus money that was going to land into February, but I actually got it in January. So I just didn't, redo the budget. I left it as is. So for savings and sinking funds, the only things that only money that I sent over was $15 for the household fund, as you can see here. Okay, so that's a total of $15. Nothing in the given section just yet. Haven't figured it out. I need to, but budget is tight right now. In the monthly bills and expenses section, my rent for $2,500. Here's the electric for $101.77. I had to pay my cell phone. Now, why didn't I see this? Okay, that had gone out in the earlier part of the month. I already tracked this. So 140.43 was half of January's bill that I'm paying in February because I made a payment arrangement. So the heating oil 430.40, and the total subscriptions was 62.44. So that's a total of $3,235.04, which is over budget. Okay, so anything that's in the red means that I'm over budget. So variable spending, $772 in groceries, only because I couldn't wait until the new paycheck or pay period to get more groceries. So I was actually only over by $10, I think, that I had to cover with household. But anyway, 772.72. Look at that. 72.72. Household is 174.94. Over budget. Copay and meds is not over budget. I only spent $35. 363.60. That's over budget for the other or miscellaneous unbudgeted stuff. $29.61 for personal spending, which is over budget. And I'm pretty proud of myself that I stuck with this amount, pretty proud of myself. Eating out, $58.13. I went over budget. So total in the variable section is $1,434 even. And that's over budget. Okay, in the transportation section, $265.50 for car insurance and $125.03 for gas. So I ended up having to get more gas than I had budgeted for, but the gas was the same thing as the groceries. I knew I was getting paid in a day, so the day that I bought the gas was the day before I got paid. So that's over budget. So that's a total of $390.53. That's over budget. In the kids section, the babysitter came in on point, 440, 756 for clothing and shoes and supplies, which is over budget. I didn't budget anything. 263 for child support. After school didn't come out until paycheck 2. 164 for the braces, $35 for my son's haircut, and the fund money was $25 over budget. So I come in under budget for $934.56. Student loan in the debt section for $40 and one main for $300. So that's $340. I stayed in on budget for these. In the credit card section, Marcus is already paid off, so that's zero. I paid $269.76 to Discover. This is the minimum payment of $176, and then there was in YNAB. This is where I got that number from. YNAB, there was spending that had rolled over from the month of January. That I just went ahead and paid all of it because I think I had used this card, my Discover card, to buy gas one time, and the money rolled over. 67 for Mattress Firm and the 156 in the Apple card, which is over budget because there was nothing budgeted. Apple is not due until the 30th. So that's $338.32, which is under budget from what I had budgeted. And these were the numbers that I was hoping to pay them off. These four here and also this Marcus, those were paid off in the month of January. So in the summary section, I brought in $6,479.17. I spent $6,687.45. That puts me over budget for $208.28. And what I ended up doing, I rolled this over into paycheck number 2. So I'm technically starting paycheck number 2 at a negative 208.28. And the only reason why I did this and didn't transfer any more money from savings, because this is what I needed to cover with the groceries and other stuff that I bought the day before I got paid. So this money is coming out of paycheck number 2. If you've stuck around this long, thank you so much. Drop me a comment in the comment section below of how your first pay period of February went. Just let me know. I like to conversate with you guys. I do try to answer every comment that's left down below. But there's a few things that I needed to let you guys know that the cash spending is keeping me on budget because I tend to not want to use cash. Even when there's cash in my account to pay for stuff, I tend to not want to use cash. And in my head, credit card wasn't really spending because it's not money exchanging hands. So the fact that I'm using cash for a lot of things, it's curbing my spending. So this is great. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me this long, following along with my journey. I would love for you guys to subscribe to the channel just to, keep up with me and see how it's going. So my name is Melissa, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one.